Undo, à la vanne de Choglime. Undo, ça ça du corps de Choglime. Undo, Alabano kankwa fine milere. Alabano sapo fine milegbere. Kale wa fenye gbejiro. Kale wa fenye gbejiro. Gbejiro. Kale wa fenye 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 gbejiro.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. That's the way the sugar people are cooking it.
Yeah, too close.
Okay, good afternoon. My name is Said. We are live on the Revolution Facebook live Q&A session. We are going to pray here at Legba. Then from Legba we'll begin. So let me pass over to Papa so that he begins.
Hello everybody, good afternoon, good morning and good evening wherever you are in the world. We are once again here today being the 24th of November 2019. We are here at Legba. We are about to start our weekly question and answer section on revolution. So please come with us. We are now going to pray at Legba and invite all the ancestors and that are with us to join us in answering your questions. Facebook revolution. na ma obe no dare yo be photo no ama yo be do pe me le ejije na o egbe le ni eja chi pore ko no le do le ba na me ne se godo e ape no no ko ba ko no e bi la yo vote ala ma se ne ba na ko Berry, you say we are family. Dagbe. Gani family o kete to America ni. Berry, o bala me necessary. O pekere me ne fa. Na go. O chichi ombre. Berry, jati de ifana nu. Ni ba gbe me ne fa. Oh, my colleague, the lady, the lady, Abla Medi, Akala Medi, Buddha Medi, Samedi, Kamedi, Trupe Medi, Tula Medi, Medi, Chemedi, Fumedi, Quality, Tula Medi, Tula Medi, no, when you know, you open about me, Germany, I did it. Remember, when yes, Christo, when Boboile, I'm a top of the world domain. Johnny Abenya, Johnny Abegbe, I don't know. My world, that's why he said you should. December before ya change avole December kayo pesia ko tro na bona ota e gbesia gbe na no do konu anye ni na petro kwa ele be agama ne ta fo yi dama lisa me ta na fo na ko aga ma me kaka o na petro ko ele be ne do liabo na me tablish yo ata koja me ta koja ata klala godo You, ladies and gentlemen, our people everywhere in the world, in Ghana, in Africa, in the Americas, in the UK, everywhere. Today, for the first time, we'll be going into the Ezume to do our transmission of our question and answer section. What is Ezume, or where is Ezume? Ezume is usually a place where people are initiated into Voodoo, initiated into Afa, and when serious cases like sicknesses or court cases or anything that is so emergency situations, this is where we come into to call on the ancestors, call on the Vodous so that they can act very quickly. So usually we don't allow anybody to come into the Ezume. But we have been going around many places. Today we will be going to the Ezume to transmit from there because the sun is so hot, the office is hot. So we will be under the shade of the trees and all this thing here so that they can transmit from here. But before people can enter into Ezuma, if you have never been here before, there is a particular ritual that we do for them before they can enter Ezuma. One is because the Ezuma, when we get cases like sickness, trouble, problem, and all kind of spiritual attacks, when we bring people in here, we remove them all here and leave that sickness or problem or the witchcraft and all this thing inside the Ezu, because the Ezu can control them. So people who have not been initiated into the Ezu and they are just going in, those things can jump on them and then carry on with them and start to work them. So for us to prevent them from falling prey to such energies, because they are not seen, they are unseen energies, so you will not even know whether they are following you or not, and until when things aren't going well, then you begin to find out why. But you may not even know that you just visited a place. That's why sometimes in a reading they say you have visited a place, and that's why the problem is coming. So today we are going to go into the Ezuma. For those of you who are living outside and only watching us, because physically you are not walking into the Ezuma, you are safe, you are protected. But it's only people who will join us physically here who will come into the Ezuma. And the question and answer session, they are the ones who have to initiate into the Ezuma. So before I do the initiation into the Ezuma, I have to pray to the Ezuma Kosu, or the member who is guarding the Ezuma. So every time I play this like that, I think that is the one that is the gate man of this shrine. The one we pray to, the member we pray to outside is the one for the whole shrine, the whole African Magic Temple, and myself, my children, everybody. But then this particular member is not a far member. This is a bowl joker member. It's not a far member at all. So this one, it drinks alcohol. And it is not like Afa Legba. No. It's also Legba, but it is not from Afa or Ifa or anything. It is from a book, Zoka. That's the one. So I'm going to pray to you, and then it's the one going to guard. It's the one guarding here, so we will inform you that we will be having new people who will be coming into the Ezuma today with us, including all of you who are in the world that is coming into the Ezuma. There is a deity in the Ezuma. I think last time I spoke about it, but I don't know whether I have really shown it to people yet. It's not anything. It's just like in the Shinto religion that they say this is the door, and behind that door there is God. Then when this is a window, behind that window there's God. When you open the window, there's nothing. Which in one way or the other is saying that God is everything and God is not any particular thing, and at the same time God is nothing. I think I'm making sense. Ezuma Legba, the dog. Oh, talk about Napo, Ezuma Legba, the dog. There's some names that I will repeat. I need to put something in my mouth, otherwise it will affect people. So let me do that first before I continue. Said, if you are not, let you, okay, give everybody. I'm going to say, I'm going to put the Nanyan Tomba. I mean, they should give me first.
I have some.
You have in your mouth already. You are prepared. You didn't tell us. Take this and put in your mouth. You have in your mouth and you didn't tell me. So if I will be calling names, some other people will be having some bad things, and you are protected, we will not even know. Don't have laptop. Second, you are going to check. If you don't check, you go to check. You be check. Back laptop. Bingo. And dramatic. Continue to you may use chini. Oh, benar. Ahalo. Pahanalo. Ina ako jado. Ko kamera no jonge, ana ko na kpade, ako susuzo, emuvo, empuzo. Be me ganyo na ni pakle kunyo, me ganyo na ni pakla be yo pokla be kwa, me ganyo na ni pakla be yo le zubo. Me me no body o. No phone decline na fokle, no chira no chikle, no blind na blind play, no down na down play, no dunu na dunu play. Aha we ni. Na mureketo. I'm not getting on my way. I'm a phone up very. In your colleague, the video, so now those who come and join us in the summer camp. Close your eyes. Everybody put there. I go to see. My vase is very akpoku, akpoto, akponya. Ahe, epo. Don't have to see my people. Akwe dagbe, ebi dagbe, asi dagbe. Eko na polo. I go to see. Not open your eyes yet. Meklo sena Israel ba sena dro koba agbodozu makpoku makpodo makponya ahe ko do la meja siba je nule moro akwere agbebi dagbe asi dagbe ko apo na sena do le zumere o ma cho zumo de agbare kedesta akodo ju oro ko dagbe bi dagbe asi dagbe ni o ba di dagbe mere ye ko apo akodo yo e kai mi ve meklo sena dro kode dro kode agbodozu me no va gbodo zure ma poku le mo ma podo le mo ma ponya le mo ma pa le mo ma poku le mo akoda gbe fi na gbe se na gbe ko akon si be kere no do le zumere ma to zume ba gba de ke de ta ko bi o akoda gbe fi na gbe ni o di la gbe me ba se fi abi gbe na gbodo zure de ko akon ko ti e be de ko akon that is 2 me pro sena Israel ba ko ba agbodo zuro Nagbo sena va agbodo zure makpoku makpodo makponya makpo makpoko makpo dolamo makpo gbechivo wonlivon kele agbodo zure akwedagbe ovidagbe asidagbe yeko wakpo godo ya ta buku no Force. Kosi force koba agbodo zulu makpoku makpodo makponya ahe eko do la meja si majenu de kele agbodo zulu akona gbe binagbe asidagbe eko na foro me do la agbodo zulu kosi force do la agbodo zulu macho agbodo zulu de agba de kele ta ko bi akona gbe binagbe asidagbe eko apo akodo ni o ba dile zulu ni ko akero e me bolo kosi fonse ko de agbodo zuru ma get agbodo zuru mere apoku akpodo akponya age eko dollar meja si ma jenu de kele agbodo zuru bere oro akwera gbe vida gbe asira gboko aponu tutu o ba di de African Magic Temple afi get agbodo zuru unku akero kosi fonse ma do le zumere acho zuru ba gbare kele ta ba cho ma cho do ma cho nya age eko dollar meja si ma jenu de kele eta akodo la agbodo zuru akwera gbe vida gbe asira gbe ni tutu o ba di la zumere je unku akero because I don't Fine. Are you coming inside? Don't come inside. Stay outside there.
Undo alavanyo do choglime. Undo, sasa du kodo to glime. Undo, Undo. Abiawe. Undo. Biedo to glime. Alabano kankwa fina milere. Nyawepe. Alabano safo fina milegbere. Nyawepe. Miele tuanuro. Jidwanova.
The music is going on. All I want to do is go.
Yeah, you're on the page,
Okay. With this one, it's easy when we are in the intervals. They can be seeing or hearing something. Makes it more easier for us. The boys are getting better by the day. Someone can have my phone because I think Senna is also
Undo, alavanyo do to glime. Undo, sasa du kodo to glime.
and it's not me very. I'm very free. It's not me. I know no that for money. For Toto. I query. I know. I say, "What is this?" I didn't know.
You wait for us.
And bring the drink for me.
Toby's almost a whatever.
So many I'm to my try like if you do around 5 p.m. 6 p.m. you want to know from the boat. My brother, the cousin, your brother, the cabinet employee, the very fish. Me back, come and let's start. We are on. Hey, I'm going to sakra kama tu apa be adogo ko ko lido ko kini ma kwande ko no no chofra ko no ko singa ya ko fito ya ma ko to yo ko ko ya akra me yo ya akra bila ya mo ma to me ni ko ha me no ko ta mo ko ni me nya na yo to me ho to ba bo to ra ko ni sa pasa ko ni ko to shi ko to kere kere ya me yo kable ko hara na yo agora yo ma fa eu acai pe eu cai no eu acai eu vou cair eu cai pro eu cai no eu tá ok eu acai pelo que me vai a dora hapo kwa nini fika na sababu ndio mimi yangu muda kwa bado kwa kwenye zangu ndio ndio yora kile ujo pata ndio maku afoka me boy machine boy video me mbele kwa 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 family na ndio ndio kwa ya mmoja kwa alikuwa kwa ni ile ndio ndio kwa tuzo kwa bomo na kwa 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 na ile ndio kwa macho yeye kwa kwa ya ndio pata eh metoa mkwenda mura kwa sababu hii na hivi ndio Jopata tapi mayo ada sana buat dia kita boleh kita apa yang kita sebut buat buat lo dah lo pun dah itu kan barang tu nak kopi abu sahabat dia mayo tiga ini mayo kalau betul mayo kita lah ya mayo aman dah seni kita pas seni tahu dia dia tu abu lo berani buat sini buat boleh buat boleh kita nak mana tahu ni apa mayo tu pas kopi dia nak pasal usul kopi kita semua ya pasal ada bukan orang yang oh hari ni dia yo orang tu kohara na ya pe na go ba ma ni na ko na be na se na be na yo me so mo chi chi pe ko si ya ko ni ka te pe me sa ga ma me yo awu ma chi ba ko tu te mo chi yo ki na se ko chi na sa na na ba yo ba kwa da fi so abo ni ko a pa cha ba ku to me na fa na mi go me na go me na fa na mo mo a ga na me yo ni kusu e bi ko do ba ni no ko fu ni ya me sa cha ko abo shi ya ba ba meglio quello che pensa quello che pensa togo ya noji apa e meglio ame sikini dosin kofi nyabo baba kuto mena fara mi gongo mi na go ne fara nyam teman no ya wele go mi le me enyima no ngona me kadamo na nyire ngona kare de ore meme nyi be vovoli ni fa hana mi anu me na kuto me fa na mi we ya penye me ko do pe ayi ba ma do fa fa ngwa me ka ta de ma de ko te tega me fa na go fa do so do ko to mo so le ta pa me ko li be ni ko ni me so ni we be ya bla me ya kala me si da me sa me ka me tu ko me ni kila me de me je me fo ni ba che kila me ya ko ba me ko ko ta ba do ro ni na de na de ko ni ni do o mu ga ke ni fo mi le Facebook live wo do ba me yo pe te le sa me le ni akora Vinyesena yao pele kojo makro to tara ko vio me yo pe se ram kofi semefa seto ko ba ko ke na ha re ni ata me yo pe le nyi dinam hono me yo pe le nya yo me ji le ba je o ko to go ni ko no to go mama no pe no pro re ni na ni dio le no kare wo o tro di America mo ko tu we bo ne da eminye tro di tu ko re na duro se mi anko e duro ko bi e mi ade bi na me se na keke me mo no na mi abeti agbere ngo fo ko le me me do duro se agbere ngo do ya America ko yo mi okeke se me afura se okeke se mi fura se okeke kinto la pe to okeke abrak sa pe to okeke Okay, we are ready for the action.
Kofi D. Lomen. He says, greetings from Lomen.
Kofi, greetings. Look at me for Yahweh Dodgy. I can't make
Christian Drosy.
Christian Drosy. Yes.
He says, greetings from land in UK.
Hello, Christian. Greetings.
Ifadara says, greetings, Papa and family, Augusta, Georgia.
Oh, thank you, Ifadara. How are you doing? Thank you very much. Welcome again once more to our section here.
Kofi Omari says, greetings from Kumasi.
Yeah, Omari, how are you doing? Thank you.
Angie Fisher, greetings from Covington, Georgia. Angie Fisher.
Angie Fisher. Angie, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Caddy Fisher, greetings Papa from Atlanta, Georgia.
Yeah, Caddy. Yeah, I saw the message we were communicating this morning. Thank you very much, and I pray and hope that everything is going on well.
Izume B. Sunshine McDonald says greetings.
Mr. McDonald, how are you?
Patricia Moore also says hello to you.
Fia, how are you doing? I will be expecting you later in the evening after you close from work so you can join us here. Thank you.
Marjorie and Buckley Jones says good afternoon from Manchester United.
Yeah,
Manchester United Kingdom, sorry.
yes, Manchester. Marjorie, how are you? Thank you very much for your support and everything. And I'm thanking all our followers on Revolution and African Magic Temple. I am thanking all of you for following us and for being part of this great awakening whereby the black man is seeking to know what and who he or she is. Thank you all for joining us daily or weekly when we go through this. Thank you. And please share, spread the message. Let other people know that there is some new awakening happening in Africa. Yeah, we are beginning to know who we are, who we were, and who we will be. So share it to people all over so people can join us in doing this work. Thank you very much for all of you, and I wish you all well. And let us start the question and answer session. But before the question and answer session, I want to come up with something first. So everybody, you listen to me, and after that, we can go on the question and answer session. I want to tell people who have been trying to advocate for vegetarian diet that the African man, by nature, in our Voudou, we are not vegetarians. Why? One, in Africa, we have a deity which is called the hunter, Togui Ade. So in Voudou, Voudou does not practice vegetarianism or vegan or whatever names people are calling it. We don't practice that. In our culture, vegan or vegetarian is not part of Voudou or Ebe culture. Because we even have a spirit which is the deity of the hunter, the hunting spirit called Togbe Ade, which also in Yoruba is called Ochosi, who is the hunter. So people who are trying to force or to convince people that you must be a vegetarian to be spiritual, it's not true. That is a lie. If you want to be a Hindu, and in Hinduism, people talk about vegetarianism and all this, because in Hinduism they worship cow. We don't worship goat even. We don't even worship cow. So nobody should confuse other people's cultures and thinking that that is what it is. So we, as people practicing Voodoo or practicing African traditional spirituality, should also be like the Hindus. We are trying to create our own identity, far away from whatever was brought to us to colonize us. We want to break away and be ourselves. In our Ebe traditional Voodoo, there is nothing like you shouldn't eat meat. That if you are eating meat, you get sick, or if you are eating meat, then God will not be with you. It is not true, it's a lie. Those who want to follow vegetarian diet for their health and all these things, fine, but don't try to force it on other people. And one thing you should also know, that the African or the Ebe man, when we say we are fasting, we drink alcohol, we smoke. The only thing that we don't eat is pepper and salt. In Ebe or in Voodoo, when they say we are fasting today, we will be drinking alcohol, we will be drinking coconut juice, we will be eating everything, but we will not eat pepper and we will not eat salt. That's all. But every other thing that does not contain pepper and salt goes. That is our culture. We should not try to be other people. The biggest problem I have found with the black man is that he's always trying to be somebody else. And they don't like themselves. We don't like ourselves. We don't like the black skin we have. So we are always trying to become somebody else, and it's easy for people to sway us or take us into their line, and we begin to think that we are them. But the truth is that we are not them, and we can never be them. And they will never accept you. They can never accept you. It's only your own culture and your own people are the only ones that can accept you. You can be the biggest pastor, talk about Jesus and describe the day he was born, what happened to his mother, his father before he was born. You can say all those things, but yet still you are not a Jew. You cannot fit into Israel. Those people say that they are Israelites, they are in spirit, or they are black Israelites. See the way you are being treated there. If it is your home, will you be treated like that? If it is were to be your home, will you be treated like that? Will you be a second-class citizen? I am in my country, Ghana. I'm not a second-class citizen. And I'm practicing Voudou, and no one can tell me that, oh, because you are practicing Voudou, you need to do this, you need to do. No, it is my culture. I'm practicing it and I feel free. I don't need to go and translate anything. There's no translation of words. If I say, I understood what I am saying. But then if I'm living from India, from Sanskrit, I have to translate it and bring it to my level. So people who are trying to advocate for vegetarianism or vegan in Voudou, it's a lie. It's never there. Our people eat meat, they eat fish, they drink alcohol, they smoke. That's what we do. Try to be yourself and stop trying to be other people else. It's only the black man who knows about every religion, every culture, every other tradition apart from their own or except their own. They are never interested in their own. They can tell you the day that God of Abraham was born, what he did. But if you ask them, what did their families do, they won't be able to tell you. They will never be able to tell you. If you ask them, what is their name of their great-grandfather, they'll tell you, I don't know. But they know the great-grandfathers of Isaac and Jacob and Ishmael and all kind of nonsense. Please be yourself. Nobody should force anyone to become a vegetarian. Africans eat meat. We have bush. We are from the forest. And we eat meat. So you can see that we have a lot of animals around us. And we eat them. It does not stop us from being spiritual. If they want to judge the potency of traditional spirituality or whatever spirituality in the world, if African traditional spirituality does not come first, it will come second. Thank you very much, everybody.
Our viewers should share the link so that.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You people should share the link. Share, everybody share, because we are bringing in new awakening to the black man. Let the black man love himself or herself and stop trying to copy other people and trying to be other people. We should be ourselves. That's what Voudou is all about. Try to be in harmony with yourself and with your nature around you. Try and stop me. People were talking about money that they will burn for your dead ancestors. Who told you that our ancestors were spending paper money in Africa? We were spending calories. We were using calories. So if someone tells you that you should use paper money to send to your ancestors in heaven and then they will reward you, it's a lie. It's not in Voudou. It's a Chinese act.
Candy Fisher, she said she wants to know how people can protect themselves from scammers on social media that flood their pages offering spiritual services.
Yeah, you have to look at the Candy. What you are asking is a very, very relevant question. What the people have to do is that they have to look at the profile of that particular spiritualist. And if he is offering that I will make you rich, I will make money for you, the moment you see such things, know that he's a liar. If he could make money for you, why won't he be able to make money for himself? Do you think that anybody see good thing and give it to other people, and he himself does not, or he herself, she herself doesn't like it? Anyone who tells you that they are going to make you rich by Voudou or any traditional thing, so you should come, that alone should tell you that the person is a liar. And if you look at most of the scammers on the net, they all promise to make other people rich. to bring money, bring wealth into your life, and all kind of things. That alone should scare you off, and you should run away from such people. That line alone should be the one you should really hold on to. Anyone who promise you more than what you think could be possible, if the person could be rich or can make you rich, I just felt it's too far. Yes, I just felt that maybe when you assume that they don't believe it, yes. But me myself, I'm struggling to look heaven, and he himself or herself has not even got the F. Please don't trust that such a person. The person is a scammer. If you like, try them, go through their profile, see the works they have done, and if they start telling you that, oh, you send me money, I will do this for you, I will do that for you, they are deceiving you. So please be watchful and watch out for such people. There are many of such on the net, and some even are using my pictures to go and deceive people. If they are so powerful and they have so much power and could make other people rich or solve other people's problems, why wouldn't they use their own photograph? I mean, if you know what you are doing and you believe and you know you are not telling lies, why would you just go to the photographer and take a picture and put your photograph there? Why mine? Thank you.
If I'm you
have to really, if you come and sit here, because when you say, I cannot hear the name very well. Ifa what?
Ifa
Muagun.
It's from Trinidad and Tobago. It says
good morning, Ifa Muagun. Let me see the name and make me sure, because sometimes the way you pronounce the names. Where is it? Is it at the top?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much from Ifamu Abu from Trinidad. Thank you. Trinidad, right? Yes. Okay, thank you very much for joining us. We are very grateful. Please share the things on your platforms and let others join us in this great discussion.
Artificial says, Papa, can you explain when Legba should not be giving alcohol?
Legba under normal circumstances does not take alcohol. That's what we were told when we were giving fire, that we should not give Legba alcohol, because Legba by itself is already a crazy person there. That's why it has clubs, and you use these clubs to attack your enemies or people who are coming to destroy you, to attack you. And it is these same clubs, when we make a sacrifice or we do some fossa rituals for people, and we bring it to the Legba. Legba takes the sacrifice with his clubs and everything and go into the psychic world to give it to whoever the sacrifice has been made for. But if they refuse to take it and continue challenging, then Legba is going to use those clubs to hit or beat those people in the spiritual world, and they will be finished. And it will happen on the physical plane later for people to see. So Legba is already a crazy spirit. When I say crazy servant, so when you are feeding it with alcohol again, it will become too much for it, so that it may even come and attack you yourself. But then there are certain times that Legba is giving alcohol. It is when there is a special occasion that either everybody is enjoying and there's a happy ceremony. That day, everybody is relaxed and they can give alcohol to Legba to drink alcohol. But that day also, the name they will call for Legba will not be the same like the names they call when they are giving Jachi. There's another different name that they will call for Legba, which I cannot tell you people on air, unfortunately. So Legba is giving alcohol only once in a while on special occasions. Or you want there's something that is happening and you are not finding head or tail to it, and they say Legba is the one that will go. Legba has gone many times, but the thing seems to be too difficult for it to overcome. Then they will call such names for Legba and give it alcohol and tell it to go. And then, of course, before that will be done, you will be protected so that when Legba will come back angrily and come and attack you. Those of us who did not know in the past, we used to give alcohol to Legba, and Legba became lazy and wasn't working. So we had gone to other teachers again, and they told us it is wrong to give alcohol to Legba. Don't do it. Thank you very much, Candy Fisher. Is it Candy Fisher?
Yes, Candy.
Kofi, bring the adjourn. Let me put some more adjourn on this one.
The father, ignore them, stay focused on what and whom you know is real. Then
Thank you very much, Ifadara. Thank you. Thank you.
Edward Craig says, "Stop me. Are you there?"
Yes, Edward. Baba, how are you? Yeah, it's been a while. Thank you, but I've been seeing your writings and everything. I've been following you. How is Puerto Rico? I asked you to come to Ghana, so please find time. Let the Voudous and Ifa and all these things help you open doors so that you can make some money. Then you can come down to Ghana. We can join together in worshiping the gods. Thank you very much. Bye bye. God bless.
Fiapuna Samuel says, "Sound quality. We fixed that."
Sound quality. Okay, we have just been alerted and we have fixed it. So all of you should share these things on your platform so other people can join in. Bring the questions. Bring the questions.
Oba Sabinus, regard from Amsterdam.
Hilario, yeah, how are you? Thank you for joining us.
Angie Fisher sent in a question and retrieving it. So,
It's Andy Fisher.
yes, Angie Fisher. She sent in her question, but if she can send it again, it's not going to.
She's saying it's not going to.
She sent it, but it's not that clear. So if she can resend the question again.
Okay, Andy Fisher, please send your question again because they are not able to read. The question is not very clear. I don't know which one it is because we are having a computer somewhere. We are using the telephone here. So
Concatenated, so it's not that clear.
okay, it says it's not very clear. So send it again. Send it again.
Hi. Okay. This is Bryce Tete Akwe. Bryce from
Right.
South.
You should come. I told you to come and join us one of these days because I wanted you to do some cartoon work for us for our December end of year. We want to design some T-shirts for African Magic Temple. So I want you to give me a call so that we can meet and then we can discuss and put our head together to see if we can make a few pieces, like 50 pieces or something like that. But I want it to be your artwork. Thank you. Thank you for joining, right? What's this question?
Somewhere last week, there was a funny meme posted on our page about how if they tell you your crush or romantic partner is not good for you or not.
Yes.
And there was a funny picture of a man crying in pain.
Yes. I think Senna posted that.
Since I could relate because
I saw your reaction on this thing. It happens. Sometimes you love someone so seriously and the gods will tell you this is not your correct person. But you know, sometimes you think it's a joke. You continue and then you get to a point you realize that, hey, what they told me was right. Because the person could be a bayi inside a sheepskin. You know what is a bayi? That's a fox or what is it? Fox in a sheepskin. Wolf in a sheepskin. A lot of people who come to you as a woman or as a man, as a crush, some of them may be this kind of people in this, and then they are just waiting to capture you, but then they pretend to be so beautiful, so good, and before you know, it happens. So when you check or you do a reading and or through any consultation, and it is said that you should not follow your crush because it's not good for you. Afa is not deceiving you. The gods don't deceive.
Since I could relate, because that has been my experience for many times. So right now I'm single and oftentimes lonely.
Come, let me bath you and you will find a very beautiful, wise woman to marry who will guide your life.
So this isn't really a question, but maybe you can elaborate on that process and why it's so important before one enters romantic relationships.
Yeah, as I was saying, the point is that sometimes, not sometimes, generally, everything is vibration. So when you see a person by just looking at the person for the first time, maybe you are attracted to the person. But what is attracting you, you don't know. That's why the crash is. You don't know what is attracting you. Maybe the person is using a charm. Maybe the person is using something to boost their own vibration and all this, and that is to capture you. So that's the work we do here as in Voudou. People come to us that when we go to look for job, nobody takes us. We'll be there, but there are things we can do for you. You may be at the end of the line, but then the man who is going to select you will go and say, hey, you that guy, come. Yes, you have attracted the person, and then that's why he called you and you get a job. Women are doing, men are doing it. So everybody in the world, you should listen to this. So sometimes you get a crush on a woman or a man, and then you start having funny feelings in your head and you think that you are in love. Then you do a consultation to find out those who are wise. Okay, not everybody will do a consultation. A lot of people won't do. And then when the thing crashes, they say they have a heart broken or broken heart. But a wise person will consult the gods, consult the ancestors, and consult the oracle to find out this lady or this man that I have found now, is it going to be a person I can share my life with? Is it going to be a person who will help my life to move on physically, spiritually, and romantically? And then if the oracle says no, don't be surprised. You, from the physical plane, you can see everything good about the person, and you think that this oracle is telling you lie. But it is not true. The oracle, if the person who is doing the reading is a real spiritualist and telling you that your crash is not good, please listen to the person, because you get yourself to be blamed in the future when the person has taken advantage of you, spent your money and everything, and then run away from you. Then you will say, why should God be treating me like this? It's not God. It is you who is not observant.
Angie Fisher's question has come in.
Yes.
I've had a reading from a medium and she stated that I was...
Go ahead. Say that you have a idea or what?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
In my past life.
Yes.
What does this even mean? I recall when I was younger, I could sense when something bad was about to happen, but now not so much. I would like to be more aware of things around me before they happen. What could I do?
Okay, Andy, you see the Angie, right?
This is Angie Fisher.
Angie Fisher. Yes. What happened is that the word Angie in Ewe and in Yoruba, in reality means to shine and to show. Angie, to be, like a light, to shine and to show. That's what is the meaning in Ewe. To say J means to show in Ewe. So when they call something a J, mean that which shows to people or shows itself to people or enlightens people. Let me use that word. So in one way or the other, the Ajay is not as bad as it is usually thought to be. But there are people who have gotten that energy and they use it for bad. And in Africa, the people, because of enviness and negativity and jealousy, that spirit Ajay, when it is in people, it is mostly used for negative things. And this is why most Africans are afraid of Ajay or witch in the English language. Whether it really means that, I don't know, but that's what the white man called Ajay as witchcraft or witch. So if in your past life, the person who did the reading for you told you that in your past life you were Ajay, yes, it could be, the person could also elaborate on it, which type of Ajay you had. Because if you have the third eye or the extra sensory perception or the sixth sense. Yes, someone can say you have aje because you can see beyond human eyes, you can hear beyond human ears, and you can feel beyond every human feeling. Which is some of us who are doing this work in Voudou or in Afa. That's what we were given. That's a gift that we came into this world with, to be able to see beyond normal seeing, to be able to hear beyond the normal hearing, and to be able to feel the vibrations beyond the normal vibrations. And then how do you use it? You must use it for the benefit of humanity, for the benefit of the community in which you are, to the benefit of society as a whole. And that you cannot only because you can see or hear and begin to do that. You need a training. Someone who had passed through the same training or who has got the knowledge, who has that roadmap and has passed on it and be able to lead you and teach you how to do it. Yes, because you may be receiving all kind of tan mantras and indriyas and all these things coming to you. I'm using the Sanskrit word now, tan mantras and indriyas coming towards you. But then you must be able to separate and decipher the differences and which one and how to use it to help yourself and to help society. But the simple advice I can give you is to get a training. And the training will come with someone initiating you into a particular discipline which will guide you to know what to do with that gift that you have been given.
Monica Kova, good morning.
Monica, hello, how are you? Yeah.
Lessons to another experience with knowledge.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you for joining us. Please share, all of you should share these things on your platforms and let us see how people will benefit from our simple teachings.
Libo Augustine Kosi.
Blibo, I kept telling you, Blibo is evening, complete. When they say to call somebody Blibo means the person is complete. The thing is complete. Afa is half. Blibo is full. Yes, Blibo, let me fois. Akpe.
It says happy Saturday, family.
Yeah, same to you, my brother. How you doing?
Ila Ukai says hi.
Ida, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. People should share these things on your platforms so that people can, because these moments are very precious moments. They are moments of gold that when we miss it, it will come back. Because whatever I'll talk today will be different from what I'll say next week. And what I have said last week is also different from today because I've not written anything down that I am following. I am talking from your questions and everything, and the inspiration of the ancestors that I call and the Voudous that I call are the ones who give me the knowledge to be able to explain to you. So it may not happen again. So share to people so they can learn.
Sena Voncujovi is watching from Tokyo.
Sena, how are you?
Says, what is your take on the National Shrine or National Cathedral issue in Ghana? Is a national shrine possible in Nigeria?
I was interviewed from Radio Gold when Radio Gold was in section when it was on this National Cathedral. And I told them that for me, the National Cathedral is not necessary because God lives in people's hearts. It is not a building that you have to build for God to prove that you know God or how God should be praised or how great you are about God's help. There's a lot of people in our country, they don't even have water to drink. They don't even have places to sleep. They don't get hospitals. Hospitals have been built by the past administration. But then, because of political, I have nothing against the new government or whatever, but because of political scoring of game, who is heavier than who, some have been closed and locked down. Why use money to build a cathedral so that people should go and worship God? Which God? Which God? God lives in your heart. And if you are a good man, your heart will tell. If you are a bad man too, your heart will tell. If you are a good man, society will see. If you are a bad man too, society will see. It is not by building a big cathedral. They build one in Côte d'Ivoire. It becomes a tourist attraction. And nobody goes to church there. Only tourists come there and pay money and see, no, this thing was built in Africa while Africans are hungry. That's all. So for me, that cathedral is not necessary. But also, you should also understand that I'm not the one building it. And I don't have anything against it. If the person who has money and wants to build it because it is their time, they can build it. I'm not going to go to church there today. I won't go to church there tomorrow. And I don't believe I'll go to church there in my lifetime. But whoever is trying to build a cathedral also has his own reasons why he's building a cathedral. And that is not known to me. Maybe personally known to that person. That's why he made a cathedral. Probably the person made a pledge to the God that he believes or she believes in. And that, oh, if I could do this or I could get to this point, then I will do this as a thanksgiving. So, as a traditional priest, I would say it is not necessary. But the person who is also advocating and trying to build that has their own reasons and all this. So my reason cannot supersede what that person is thinking. But it is all up to the maker of life to judge us according to our actions and reactions. And that's all that I can say as far as the cathedral. And then now, they want to fool people by saying they want to build a national shrine. Which deity are they building a national shrine for? Because Jesus Christ is a deity for Christians. Muhammad is a deity for Muslims. Because they believe that without Jesus Christ, Christians believe that without Jesus Christ you cannot see God. So all Christian faiths, as a whole, build their church and their belief and their life around Jesus Christ. So Jesus is God. They have even been saying it's not in the Bible that Jesus is God. Then now maybe the new Bibles that people will be writing, they will write Jesus as God. But when we were young, Jesus was only called the Son of God, and God was always there. But Jesus was only given the place as the Son of God when we were growing up. But today in Africa, and I don't know other parts of the world, Jesus has taken the place of God. So God probably is on leave or is in retirement, or he decided that not to be God again. So his son has grown so old, so he has put his son in charge of himself or in his place. So God does not exist in Christianity anymore. Jesus became the God. So yes, Jesus is a deity that the Christians worship. The Muslims, as they talk about Allah, but then you know that when they mention the name of Muhammad, they say may peace be upon his name, which means he is the one who brought the message of Allah to them. So he and Allah are like co-equals somehow, because if you talk bad about Muhammad, the Muslims can attack you, because in reality nobody has seen Allah before, but they have seen Muhammad and he talked about Allah to them. So for the Muslims, Allah and Muhammad are synonymous. They are with each other one way or the other. So somehow they can build a shrine to Allah, and because all the Muslim or Islamic faith in the whole world surround Allah, or all their faith and belief is towards Allah, so they can build a shrine or a temple or a mosque for Allah. It is okay. But if you are building a national shrine in Ghana, where we have plenty, the Voudou that I have in this house, I don't think the person building the shrine knows them. So, whose Voudou is going to be in that shrine? One, we have so many tribes in Ghana. We have North, South, East, we have Nzima, Ewe, Agomba, Ashanti, Fanti, Nanumba. You just call them. We don't know the number of the ethnic groups that we have in Ghana. So which one's deity is going to be in the shrine, and who is going to worship in the shrine? So I think we have to collect all the Voudous from every community. But then if you are collecting Voudous from every community, because I come from Wongwe, the Voudous that work in Wongwe is not the same Voudou that work in Bando. And it's not the same Voudou that work in Bako. It's not the same Voudou that works in Amfwe. So if you start counting from Wongwe, coming back towards Accra, then every village must get one Voudou. But then even in that village, it is not one Voudou that people worship. Every house has their Voudou, so that they have to go to every house and collect One Voudou. And at the, so where the shrine is going to take the whole of Ghana.
Yeah.
So this thing of building a shrine for a national shrine is just a camouflage. It's just to fool the people because Muslims go to Hajj, the government supports them. Christians go to pilgrimage, the government supports them. How many traditionalists are going to anywhere and the government support them? So what is fooling about to say that they are building a national shrine? For who? It's not possible. It is not going to be. It is just a story. Those who want to believe it can believe it. Those who don't want to believe in me, I don't care. I am not concerned. My shrine is here. I am here and I know what I have in my shrine and I pray to them. Thank you, Sena.
Sena Israel, but I'm enjoying and my spirit is doing so much with the knowledge.
Thank you, Sena. Another Sena. Sena Israel and Sena Voncujovi. Thank you all.
Tano Ajiman, greetings from Belgium, Papa for the good job.
Oh, thank you very much, Ajiman. Thank you for joining us. Share on your platform. Let your friends, your closest and dear ones know about this. It is very important.
Brightete Akwe, he says he laughed actually. He says I'll give you a call tonight or tomorrow and I'll come.
Yeah, Bright, please come. Don't let me come and let me buff you so you can stop that cycle of having a failure in a relationship. Yes, we all did have failures in relationship, and even now we still have challenges in our relationship. But then there's a way you can control it or be in charge of it so that it does not spill over, and at least you'll be managing it until maybe the day your God calls you.
There's so much we have to talk about.
Yeah, Bright, please come, and let's plan. Come and let's plan before the December end of the year, because Sena and Pele also will be arriving for the festival, and we have some other people coming from the US, from different parts of the world for the end of the year festival. So you come and let's plan and put things together. Thank you very much. Anavedu Watakra. Where's up?
Greetings to you, Papa, and the entire revolution team.
Thank you. Toby Anavedu. Akweka Kaka. You see the name? Anavedu, you understand it? What? Eh? Anna is witchcraft. And then if you have Anavedu, means the voodoo that controls Anna. Anna is Ajay. And we have so many terms for it. So he is Toby Anna Vedu Watakra. That's a very strong name.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful. Toby Wezo. Akweka Kaka.
The great work you have been doing in demystifying the way of our ancestors. May the gods of our land and our ancestors continue to bless you and increase you with knowledge, strength and health.
Thank you, Toby.
Thank you for this candid explanation on the term or the word Ajay.
Akweka Kaka. Nyawele Yura. Nyawele Doji. Nyawele Do. Akweka Kaka.
Leslie Omar, how long does it take for Voudou to work? I went for my prayers to help boost my market. I provided everything as for me. We did the rituals, but it's been months and nothing is happening. How long does it take to work?
What is the name of the person? Omar? What's the name?
Question was
Can you see over the computer over the question? I want to answer the question because anyway, whoever is asking that question should understand that I will also ask how long had your problems been before you went for the rituals? That's one thing. A lot of time people think that when they have problem and they come to traditional spirituality, especially Afa and Voodoo, and then a reading is done, and then rituals are performed. Within a day or two or a week, the problem should be over. Meanwhile, you have been suffering this problem for 4, 5, 10 years. You have been going through all this phase for a very long time. How do you expect that you will plant a corn today and the corn will grow today and you will eat it today? It never happened in nature. So whenever they do a ritual for you, and if the ritual is right, at least give yourself 21 days, and from there you must be very, very, very observant and watching everything very carefully. You should know, like, certain things will be happening, but you are looking for a bigger picture, so you will not even notice that these little things are the ones that will come together and form the bigger picture. So go back and look at the person, or go back from the time that they did the ritual for you. Watch out whether anything has changed. You cannot expect that you born a baby today and the baby will just grow and start running. It takes time. The reality of life is there, and the seed is also there. That's why the question that Kadi Fisher asks, that how can you identify a charlatan or a scammer in this? And I was trying to explain it that you look at the person's profile. If anybody is promising you heaven and the person has not even attained earth and is promising you heaven, then you know the person is a liar. So if someone who is doing a ritual for you or vosa for you tells you that I'll do the vosa today and tomorrow all your problems will be over, it's not true. We do our part as priests, then we leave the spiritual part to the gods and to the ancestors and to the spirit world to accomplish. We are not the ones who are the spirits. We are just the voices of the spirit. So whatever the oracle says, we will follow it, and we will follow it with our prayers and hoping that the spirit world will accept whatever they have asked us to do. That. But if we do not do it very well, then of course there will be some difficulties to attain. But if we do it very well, or we did it very well, then definitely the results will come. So give yourself 90 days, because if you plant a corn, you plant a corn today, no matter how hungry you are, I tell you, the corn will never grow. You can sit down and pray from morning to night, or you can do fasting for a whole day and pray that the corn should grow. It will not grow, because that's not the way of nature. We should understand Voodoo or traditional African spirituality. It is how to be in harmony with nature. So you don't force nature, but you just go along and learning to know that it will be well, it will be well, it will be well. If what the ancestors and the deities and the spirits and the Voodoos have told you and you have followed it to the brain, things will change for sure. So give yourself some time. Or you can even call the person who did the ritual for you and let him understand that things since the ritual have been done, you have not seen anything. And that person will also go back to his spirits and ask them, why is it that this guy or that woman had done this thing and yet still it's not finding answers? And then they will also explain. You could even go back physically, and the person will do another subsequent reading so that they can find a subsidiary reading to compensate for the one that they read for you, to see what is wrong in you. Thank you very much. I hope I answered your question.
That was from Leslie Omar.
Leslie, yeah, that's why I said Omar. Yeah, Leslie. So that is it. So please don't just say that they have done something for you. It's not working. How long it takes? Even the sun rises from the morning. It takes time before it gets to the evening.
Our viewers should share.
Please, I say Voodoo, we will drink. If you don't drink, then you are Muslim. It's your problem. If you are a Hindu, you don't drink. It's your problem. But we, in Africa, in Voodoo, we drink.
Our viewers should.
Okay. You go ahead, go with the question.
Alfred Temple. So we only communicate to our ancestors. Is it true that no one knows the Creator?
No one knows the Creator.
I said he wants to find out whether it's true that no one knows the Creator.
Who is the Creator? Ask the interpret that who is the Creator? When he says that the Holy Spirit to ancestors, who is the Creator? If you answer me, then I can go on. Who is the Creator? God is not a physical thing. It's the whole universe that is what is God. So whichever way you can associate and relate to him is your way. So who is the creator? From where? Or you think that white man with the long beard is God? It's Santa Claus, brother. Papa Christmas, Papa Brunia's brother. You don't see it like that. It's only Santa Claus grow big beard. He come and go, the white man is coming and going. So if you are looking at God like that white man with the big beard, you are only seeing Santa Claus brother. Papa Noel. Because you are a totally. Ifa, Dara, yes, thank you.
It is possible, Senna. I think we should leave spiritual enlightenment to the spiritualists. The government to government political.
Yes, that's very true. That's why I said so. It's telling Senna. We leave that one to the government, and we do our spiritual work. So thank you very much, my brother.
It's all about the money and politics.
Of course.
Fadara.
Thank you, Fadara. Thank you very much. Ashe, Kupo. Ifamu Agum, yeah. That's the Trinidad man.
Yes.
Yes.
It says in Voodoo culture, you encourage manifestations.
Yes, sometimes. Yeah, but you see, manifestations, it depends. But most of the time, people don't really want things to manifest, but we get the manifestation through possessions. When we are doing any spiritual work and it is very, very good and necessary, it manifests through people, it possesses people, and then you can see, and that is where divination, some other form of divinations and the prophecy comes out. So yes, it is encouraged too.
Isan Prince. Isan Prince. So it's very simple. Collect just one object from every shrine to form one new shrine. That's for the national shrine.
Yeah, that is up to them. I mean, who would need this Voudou to go and stay in national shrine? I don't have time to give my Voudou to anybody. I want to keep my Voudou because it's working with me. Because if they put my Voudou inside the national shrine, do I need to be staying there every day? What about my own shrine?
I say, oh, Baba, is it happy? Okay, has it happened that you refused the work because the person was not sympathetic to you? That's from the Yanifa.
No, sympathetic to me in which way? If you want me to do a work for you and you don't like me, why should I do a work for you? If you want me to do a work for you and you are against my principles, why should I work for you? If you want me to do a work for you and you think that I am not the right person to do your work for you, why should I do work for you? I mean, it's a simple thing. Yanifa, in this life, the truth is always truth and lies are always lies. If you don't like me, why should I work for you? I mean, what right or what obligates me or what should force me to work for you, for a person who does not like me, or a person who doesn't like the way I do things, or a person who does not believe in the thing I am doing, or does not have trust in what I do? Why should I do the work? Yes, for me, if you are against me, I will not work for you. It's as simple as that. If you can do it yourself, go and do it.
Patricia Amo, Papa, please, can we talk some more on widowhood rights ceremony, please?
Widowhood? Hey, that's a very serious thing. I don't want you to be a widow. Not yet. You see, the widowhood rights are in our culture. When it is believed in African traditional spirituality, it's not a religion. I kept saying that it's not a religion. A lot of time people are confusing African traditional spirituality and call it religion, African religion. Africans don't have a religion because we don't have any deity that is a national deity or a deity that is African deity that everybody is worshiping. So everybody has their own deity, or everybody has their own deity in their houses, or in their clan, or in their families, or in their villages. So African traditional spirituality is not a religion. Otherwise, we will have too many religions alone. Africa alone will be more than anywhere else. So what happens is that when a person dies, it is believed in our African traditional spirituality that human being is not only a physical. You want to go somewhere? No. African spirituality, a human being is not just a physical entity. If yeah, I guess you are hearing me. A human being is not just a physical entity, but also a psychic being. So when a man or a woman is married, when one party leaves the other physically, it is seen that that person is dead. We say the person is dead. But spiritually, the bond between them remains the same. Or it's only the physical body that is gone. So the other partner will not see the spouse physically anymore. But that doesn't mean the spouse is gone. Because in our culture, during partnership relationship, which is called marriage or relationship decision, the ancestors are called, the Voudous are called, the gods are prayed to come together from both families to form this bond so that good things should come out of this union. And once they have involved the spirit well into it, when one party is gone, spiritually, it's still there, but physically, it's gone. So the widowhood rights that the widow and widowhood rights that our people do is to cut that bond on the spiritual plane between the dead person and the living. And there is a process that it is done. The hair of the woman will be removed. Sometimes they shave, sometimes they just pick from somewhere of the and call the dead person down. I do a special one here in my shrine where you will have to cook food for you and the dead person to eat. And then it goes with, there is an animal in the bush which is regarded by our people as the only animal that behaves like a human being. I'm not talking about the monkey. You may be mistaken thinking it's the monkey. It's not a monkey. It's a kind of a deer. And that deer, when you kill it as a hunter, it will appear to you everywhere until they do a day for you. That's why the Aves do this ceremony we call a day. I was earlier saying that we will eat animal. And then there is a spirit or deity called a Togbi Ade or Ade Voudou. That spirit, if you kill this animal, you may be in the house and you see the animal coming, even though you have killed it already. You, the hunter, you see the animal rushing you again. And if you don't take time, you will kill somebody, because even human beings, sometimes the animal will take the face of a human being. But you will be seeing that, you will be seeing the animal and you may shoot it again and you kill a human being. So in our culture, when people hunt such animals, we call something at the wowo or at the konu. Then they will do this ceremony and ritual for you. They will ask you to demonstrate. They will ask you to demonstrate what to do. How did you go into the bush before killing the animal? You will show all that during the ritual. And then they will pray and cut the link between you and that animal. I'm coming to the widowhood and widow ceremony. I'm just trying to tell you what the Africans or the Aves usually do. So the fur of that animal is used in the widow and widowhood widower, widow and widower, widow and widowerhood rituals, so that when they cook food for you and the dead person, you will be eating it, and when you got to the last point, the peg on which the animal's hair is tied will be planted on top of the food you are going to eat until you get to the last lump of the food. Then you remove the peg, holding the peg in your hand now. Then you eat the last food and say, from today you and I are no more together. If you find a woman or a man in the spirit world, marry. If I also should find a man or a woman in this physical world, I'll marry. From today, we have cut the bond between us. This widow and widower ceremony is not done for a lot of people who lost their spouses. That's why when they get a new spouse or they get a new lover, it will not take long. It will go away. And it will continue, and they will be complaining that since my husband died, I have not got a man. Anytime I got a man, then because the man that you have had a bond with is still with you as a husband in spirit, even though physically you are not seeing it. So until that separation comes on the spiritual or the psychic plane, you are not free. I hope I have made my case. If you are as I were.
Eric Gamo. On principles or powers or Tron, was the world made by Tron? Please tell us from the
who is Tron? Gamo, I'm talking about Voudou, and I don't know any name of Voudou called Tron or Tron. Are you talking about a Tron? Or you are talking about Greek god? Because a throne is not, nobody ever said a throne has made the world. Thrones are just archangels, that's all. The things we call a throne are all archangels. And then ancestors are saints. Ancestors are saints. So I don't know, Eric, I don't know what you are mentioning, but if it's a throne, nobody has ever said that a throne made the world. We have not had any throne. I have not learned from anywhere that this is a throne or that a throne that created the world. If a throne, which of the throne that created the world?
Father says everything takes time.
Yes. In life, everything takes time. See, sometimes people are in a hurry to get answers after finding problem for many years, and then they come to you one day and they are expecting that the day they come to you within the 2 days, their problem that they have been facing for years should be over. It's not. Even you pray to the God that people call God and God Almighty, if there is any. Yes, listen again. The thing that people call God Almighty, that white man with the gray hair and the long beard, and people have been praying to and think that is called God. Even if you pray to him, your answers will not come today. It won't come. It will take time. Nature will have to work on it and see whether you were wrong or you were right. And then they will make sure they put the judgment correctly and then remove whatever is the chaff from the grains. This is what life is. If you are doing bad things to people, take for instance, you are a mason building houses for people, and you are cheating people. You are taking advantage of people, and then one day everything stopped happening for you, and you rush to a Voudou priest, or you go to Anifa Baba or Togi or Bokor, and they told you that, oh, it is your own behavior that has brought this to you, so let's do this ritual. They will do the ritual for you, but then the things that you have done, don't forget, there is a law of nature. As you sow, so shall you reap. You will reap all the things that you have sown before your life will be equal again and things will start happening. So don't think that you do that thing or do anything and get something for you and then 1 day, 2 days, your life will change. No, it won't happen. It's not me who is saying so. Nature is the one that's saying so.
So Jeffrey, says, I don't know the Greater or Greater. I love to talk to you. Answers are simple.
Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I'm very grateful.
Here we have a fact. Yes, it's a simple thing, but people are full of people and implanted of like money, they always want, or power. It is not our thing to supply them their will. You are right.
No. The point is that people come to you with their problem. What you can solve, you solve. What you cannot solve, you don't force yourself. Because at the end of the day, we are just mediums. We are just messengers between the invisible world and the visible world. And we want to help people. You tell people what you can do for them. And if they don't agree, why should you force yourself? Their problem is their problem. It's not yours. I also have my problem. They too, they have their problem. But they feel that if they come to me, I can solve their problem. Yes, I am ready to solve their problem because that's what I am trained to do. And if the person comes with ego and all this and want to tell you that they are this, they are that, let them, if they know how to solve their problem, let them solve it. You don't need to worry yourself. Sometimes we, the spiritualists, also we feel that everybody who comes to us, we must force ourselves to satisfy them and solve their problem. No, that's not true. Give unto Caesar what belongs to Caesar and give up to what belongs to God. What it means simply is that what you can do, what you cannot do, don't deceive yourself and don't deceive anybody. Tell them you cannot do. If they provide you the items that you use to do the work for them. If they are not able to provide it, what will you do? Are you going to spend your own money to be helping them? No. Even the gods will be angry with you. There was a lady here who was a Christian prophetess. She was in Ghana there in Kenya. And she's been doing a lot of help for a lot of people. Then some of her people came to discover me in my shrine, and they found me very useful, that I can also see and I can also help. So they went and told her that, oh, they have found another guy. I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, but I am doing traditional things. And then the things that I say and the things that I do all work well. So this lady, being a sophomani or a priestess in Christianity or pastoress, is it pastoress also?
Prophetess.
No, is it pastoress also? Yeah? Lady pastor.
Okay.
Or all of them are pastors. There is no pastoress.
No, there's no pastor.
So a lady pastor to me to do a reading, and she was sick. One of her eyes was having a serious problem. So during my reading for her, I realized that she has been helping people. This is your this information is for you. And I realized that she's been helping a lot of people, saving a lot of people, especially when they have witch attack and all this. And she's been doing, without taking anything from them. She was doing like Jesus Christ. My old man, where is Bible TV? He told me that I should never be like Jesus Christ. Then I asked him, I said, Jesus Christ, they say he died for us. Then why should he die for people? My old man told me I should never try to die for people. Because no matter how you try to sacrifice yourself for other people, they will never appreciate it. So I should never be like Jesus. That because they said that Jesus died for people. But they killed him. So I should never take other people's problem on my head and think that I am the one who is going to solve their problem, and if I am not able to solve it, then I should get worried. I should never do that. He told me this in the year 2000, 19 years ago, that I still remember very well. So this lady, I told her what she was going through, and this is why. And she was just doing things for people for free. And at the end of the day, she died because the people she had helped and all this, nobody even came to her rescue to help her to solve her problem. And the witches have caught her now. So since you have taken everybody from us, it gets you now. And the people who would have helped her to escape or get out of or do the rituals, nobody came with any money. Nobody was ready to help her. And she died. She was a good person. But don't try to become like Jesus Christ, whereby you die for other people. No, I don't do that with my spirituality. I will do my best to solve your problem, but I will not die for you.
Marjorie and Bakri Jones says, my husband died 5 years ago. Can the ritual still be effective?
Yes, they can be done. If they are not done, Marjorie, the problem is that a man will come into your life, but they will not stay, because he is still around. But then these rituals are not done in absentia. That's the point. It's a physical thing. You cannot do it online or through telephone or WhatsApp or anything. It is a physical thing whereby it will guide you what to do. And there are certain herbs that will be used in cooking the food that you will eat. Yeah, that's how it's done. So to do it in absentia, that you are far away from me, I would have wished to do it for you, but the truth remains the truth. You must be physically present. Then I can separate you and the dead person. Then your life will be free, and that person's life will continue. Because when we pray, we call on our dead people who are ancestors, and we are asking them that they should enjoy where they are. They should have peace in the land of the dead, and they should also give us peace in the land of the living. So it is in African traditional spirituality, especially every Voudou, they believe that there is a world where people pass on and live in, and then there is a world where we, the living, are also living. So we are the interaction between that world that is in the invisible and the world that is visible is what is all Voudou about. Yes, go ahead.
These are Prince.
Prince, yes.
Thanks for your enlightenment.
Thank you, Prince. Thank you very much.
It says try and get a quieter environment next time.
Oh, now our shrine is on the main road. It's been here for 22 years. Yes, I know it may be noisy because of the cars which are passing by, but then this is the first time that we are doing it inside the Ezume. But then this is where our shrine is. So bear it with us this time, and maybe next time we'll move on to another part of the house or another part of the shrine that will be much quieter.
You're going to be YouTube.
Okay, go to your YouTube. I see somebody there changing the things.
J. Otis, how can I get reading from you? I'm from US, state of Illinois.
Okay, Jay, the problem is that it's not a problem. The problem is not a problem. We do online readings for people. What we do is if you can contact us on our WhatsApp number, when you go on the Revolution platform and you send a message, they will come, Revolution will give you an option where you have to call if you need a reading, what you should do, and if you just want to talk to Senna, what you should do. So you go onto the Revolution platform and send a message, and then it will reply to you and give you the WhatsApp number that goes to you. I will tell you what things we do or how to go about it. Our reading here is $150 at our shrine. Maybe other places may be cheaper, other places may be higher, but at African Magic Temple, our readings are $150. Local readings are now 400 cedis plus 2 bottles of beef eater dry gin. People are challenging me and attacking me. Why should I take 400 Ghana cedis and gin before doing a reading for them? I told them that I have my business, I have my shrine, I have gone to my own school to learn what I am doing. And nobody, and I say nobody anywhere tells me how I should run my business. If I should come to anyone that, okay, please, I'm having difficulty with my business, so teach me how to run my business, they can give me advice. But until that time, no one should tell me what I should do at my own shrine. Yes, there are many different types of cars the world. You get Kia, you even get Kantaka. You get all kind of cars. Some are cheap, some are expensive. The one that your money can afford, that's the one you buy. So don't go to a Benz car seller or a BMW seller or a Land Cruiser seller and tell them why are they selling the Land Cruiser or the BMW so expensive. If you can make BMW for yourself, make it for yourself so you don't need to go and buy. So whoever and wherever people are trying to tell me how much I should charge for my consultation and my shrine, I'm sorry. It is not their business. It is my business. I know what I have invested into my business. And that's why I charge what I charge. Thank you.
Prince Henry says, hello, I see you on Dynasty video talking about why the black race sold out each other. Do you do more interviews with him and also do more documentaries?
Yeah, Prince, the point is that Dynasty was here 1 week ago. And he came to interview me. He was in a hurry. He has to go to the airport and go back to the US. But then he wanted to see me. So we had a very short time. He asked a question that why the black man, why if our Voudou, our ancestors were so powerful, how come the white man was able to overcome us? And then I was trying to explain to him that it wasn't that our ancestors were not powerful. What question he was asking is the same thing like the Jewish God was so powerful before 6 million Jews were put in a gas chamber in Germany during the Second World War. Where was that Jehovah, or where was that God when those people were being sent into the gas chamber? So people shouldn't use that kind of point to judge whether our ancestors were powerful or not powerful before the white man came. Things happen. If ancestors or the oracle has given you a direction and you don't follow the direction, when anything comes to attack you, they will attack you. So people shouldn't be equalizing and by saying that if our Voudou was so powerful, why our ancestors were captured. Do you know who were in charge of the ancestors or who were in charge of the Voudous at the time? Do you know what how their behavior was? If they did not listen to what the oracle told them and they were compromised, that's it. Then he came, Dynasty came up with the fact that the black people try to betray each other. That's what he heard, that black people betray each other. That's why the white man. I said, no, I don't believe that. So is he telling me that the whole of Africa, from South Africa to North Africa, all black people are betraying their people so that the white man should take charge of them? That wasn't true. There's a possibility that there may be 1 or 2 cases like that. But the truth is that our people did not listen to the oracle and then they were taken advantage of. That's all. So I don't want to buy that reason that the black people are just betraying each other. I agree that majority of black people envy each other and they betray one another. But I don't want to use that to say that was why the black man was able to overcome, the white man was able to overcome the black man, because they compromised and showed them the powers that we have. If if the black man had actually showed the white man at that time the powers that we had, why don't they have it now? Why the white man don't have the African powers now? So that's it. Dynasty is also doing his things, and I appreciate. I have not really watched most of his discuss on Facebook. But my sons, Senna and Pele, they have been watching him. And then from this time that he has come to my shrine, I will also from now on try to watch what he is putting out. But then I am a priest. I am not just putting out things out. I am a priest, initiated as a priest, and I am working as a priest. There's a difference.
Wow, I'm watching from USA.
Thank you very much, Ira.
I just saw you in my dream.
Oh,
You were telling me about my future.
wow. Thank you. It's not usually me. It is the ancestors that work with me. Usually they will take my face because the gods in Africa don't have a face. They can only take somebody's face to relate to where they are coming from. So African gods do not have face. like a white man with a long beard, or somebody with a turban all over his face. No, African gods don't have face. Our gods, we don't have a physical representation of God. If we put anything down, it could be just this one. This is a kind. It's a spirit. It's a deity from a sun sphere. You cannot see it as any god. It doesn't have any face or mouth or anything. So if a kind wants to visit you and tell you anything, they can only use my face to relate where they are coming from. So whatever they came to tell you may happen in your life. But the good thing you can do is to make a reading, not necessarily from our shrine, from anywhere closer to you, to do a reading so that you can know exactly what came to visit you.
Jamie Yawa Jandu. Good afternoon, Togby.
Yawa Jandu. Hey, your name is my family name. Welcome, thank you.
Good afternoon, Togby. I'm tuning in from Brooklyn, New York.
Wow, Yawa.
And I'm happy to be here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing knowledge of the world Voodoo and African spirituality.
Thank you very much, Yawa.
Prince Henry, what do you think about a person born with spiritual wife or husband?
There's nobody born with a spiritual wife and a husband. I don't believe those Christian doctrines where they tell you that you are born with a spiritual wife and a spiritual. Well, where did you marry before? Where did you marry before you get a spiritual wife, or where did you marry before you get a spiritual husband? It is not true. What happens is that in our destinies, we have all that we need to face in this world. There are certain people in their destiny, which we call in Ebe a sin. The accounts call it Nkrabia. And I think the Yorubas also have a name. Everybody has a name for it in their own language and in their own culture. When we come into this world, or when we came into this world, each one came with their own destiny. Some came with a destiny that they cannot marry, or they will not marry in this life. Some came with a destiny that I don't want to have a child. The day I'll get pregnant and want to have a child, I'll die with my pregnancy. In some people's destiny, it is not easy for them to get a wife or to get a husband. So what the AVs do is that when they do a reading, or they did a reading, and it shows or it pointed that it is your essence or your destiny that is preventing you from getting a correct spouse to be with, there are rituals that they will do for you, so that they will cleanse you from that, so that you will have a spouse to be with. In heaven, it is believed that before we come into this world, we have already made a pledge in the psychic plane before appearing on the physical plane, which we call Bechi, Achibe, to say something down before you come. And if you Chibe or your Bechi says that when I come into this world, I will be a lazy person, I don't want to work. When you come here, no matter whatever work you find, you will work. And if your Bechi says that when I come into this world, I will not marry, when you come here, you won't get husband or you will not get wife. So someone who does not understand this thing will tell you that you have a spiritual wife and a spiritual husband. Who married that one? Why you laughing? There was just a reading we read for somebody that last week, and in the person's listening, he said he cannot marry. No matter whatever woman will come, a woman will come into his life, he will never marry, because that is his bitch. That he didn't want to marry. And now he is in this way struggling to get a spouse to be with, and it's not happening. And then he does not understand why. And they even said that his children will also die. And even if he that's a bitchy. And he said that when he has a child, even if the child can die young, or maybe the child will grow up to some point, the child will pass on. And he's told us that that is true because before even the woman he married, it wasn't easy. They had to go through so many things, and the woman would get pregnant and then lose a baby, and they had to pray and all this, and the woman was able to have a child. But even the reading is saying that those children will not even live unless he does what to cut off that spiritual and psychic connection before this one should be alive. So even Voudou is very deep. We are not dealing with only how to get rich or how to put juju on somebody to die or how to mix it. It deals with our daily life. That's why I say Voudou is a way of life and it is not a religion. Voudou is a way of life. It's not a religion. Because our every life and every physical aspect of our life is controlled by the spiritual world. And then if you know how to live with that and know how to deal with that, then they say you are living happily. But if you don't know how to deal with this psychic plane and the physical plane, you'll be here going up and down. You don't know exactly what is happening. You born a baby and then within 2-3 months the baby died. Then you cry, and then your wife said because the baby is dead, I don't want to marry this man. Then your wife will jump this way, or your husband will run that way, and then you are here blaming God and looking to the sky and doing this. Nothing will happen until that rituals that are done to change your destiny. Nothing is going to happen.
Patricia, we are going back to Facebook.
Okay. Thank you very much, people from the YouTube.
Patricia Mo says yes, Papa. Thank you so much.
Welcome, my dear.
Eric Gamo.
Eric Gamo.
Eric Gamo. He says yes.
A throne. Yeah, Eric. The truth is that there's nowhere in every Voudou that they say that a throne has created the world or created anything. The thrones are also the Voudous, but that they are kind of Voudou that has got other small Voudous under them to work, like a general in the army has got all the battalion sergeants and all kind of people under it to work, and he orders them to do the work and come and report to him. But he supervises. That's the difference between a throne and a Voudou. Voudou are the ones that are like the elementals who run around to do the work for the throne.
Angie Fisher, is it wise to receive a divination before going into business?
Yes, everything you do in life, not only in business. Andy Fisher, the truth is that whatever you want to do in life, it is good to find out how. What should I do? What must be done before what I want to do will be successful? In marriage, in business, in going to school, taking exams, traveling, just anything. That's why in the Efe culture or the Voudou culture, we have divination and reading. Even before you travel to anywhere, you must find out this journey that you are going to take. Is it going to be successful? Is everything going to be fine? Are you going to go and come back alive? You must find out all these things. And if you don't know, maybe there's a danger on the way for you, and you go and you don't come back alive. Here in Africa, we live with spirits. We live with energies. We live with entities that we don't see. So the Aves have designated a way that you must know what you are going to do before doing it so that you don't fall into danger. You don't just do things without asking. Just like when we were talking about somebody having a crash, and then the Voudous are saying this your crash is not good, then you will feel like, oh, why this Voudou is taking this beautiful woman from me? Or why is this Voudou taking this rich man who wants to change my life from me? But we have the visible world and we have the invisible world. What you cannot see does not mean that it does not exist. They do exist. So before you take any action that you think that is very important for you, do a divination or consultation to know which one or which way is the best way to take or go.
Major and Patrick Jones. Thank you, Papa. I shall be visiting Ghana next week.
Yes, I will be waiting for you. Please, when come, let me do that ritual for you, and you see whether changes will not happen in your life.
Eric Gabo. Okay, Toby. I thank you. I heard the world was going using a group in Banyevi.
So Banyevi, as you were saying it the other day, Banyevi is a group in Ebe. It's the same like a group. It's the same one that some people call Tobin Igbra. It's the same that people in my area call a zoo. Kwe, Machiri Zoo, which is the anvil and the hammer. Is a zoo that created iron and all these things that we use to feed ourselves, bowls, like your name, Gamo, which is a trap. The trap Gamo is a trap that is made by a zoo. It's made by a zoo, and then you set a trap and you catch an animal. Then you know that if our people were able to make Gamo, that means we chop meat. You know so.
Yeah.
So your name Gamo alone shows that a trap that can be made by a bull or banyevi to use it to set for animals to catch. So it is not that banyevi has created the world, but it has also enhanced the world, because when human beings started become human beings and want to progress or technology as we call it today, when they were in the Iron Age, after leaving the Stone Age and getting into the Iron Age, iron became more useful than stone at that time, because they made cutlasses, they make hoes, they make gamo, which is strap, they make other things which enhance their life. So someone can say that they have created the world, but no. In every mythology, gamo or vanity or a zoo or a group has not created the world.
Annie Fisher. She says, Papa, in the diaspora, we hear about police brutality, sex trafficking, and kidnapping. Is there a protection we can do to protect ourselves?
Protect yourself with your pata. Annie Fisher, you protect yourself with your pata. A bangle or a spirit that can help you overcome police brutality. There is a friend in the US who came here and we gave him the bangle. This very bangle that I'm wearing is the deity of this house. And the guy, when he went back to the US, the police, he's a black man. He came and spent about 10 days with me. I really prepared him before he left back to the US. And he used to call me and laugh. I said, what is this? Oh, I was here and the police are giving tickets to people and arresting people, but before they would get to me, they had a call and they had to leave. And then I would just leave in, I was just laughing. And each time anybody wants to do anything, something will just happen, and I am seeing all that the energy can do. So protect yourself, because the police brutality is not going to stop, not only in America, but anywhere in the world. It is normal. Police are like gods of our lands, because before a court or a judge will hear your case, the police is the one who will come and arrest you. If you don't make it to the court, no judge will hear your case. So it is good to protect yourself from what will happen to you before you go and talk. So we in African Magic Temple, or we at African Magic Temple, we have a protection, different types of protection that we give to people who ask us to protect themselves or protect them from brutalities and everything. You will be surprised that you may have a bangle like your pattern, and the thing will happen and you will not be affected.
How do I get your contact, please? I want to personally see you when I visit Ghana anytime soon.
Therefore, we are here. If you write this thing on Revolution, a request on the Revolution platform, on their WhatsApp or on the normal Revolution platform, you will definitely get my contact, and then you will be able to get in touch with me, either through WhatsApp or through telephone directly. So get in touch with the Revolution. I am in the African Magic Temple in Accra, and the Revolution is on our shoulders. So you get in touch with the Revolution, and then they will let you get in touch with Thank you very much.
No, Papa, if we all Africans stop religion and go back to African spirituality, can we overcome the white people then?
Why do you want to overcome the white man? What did the white man do to you? Tano, what did the white man do to you? You yourself decide to go to their country and you are suffering and you are complaining. Did they ask you to come to their country? The white man did not ask you to come. You see who is looking, your governments are liars. And your presidents and your politicians are all liars. But you are the same very people who vote for them. And when they make life difficult for you and you run to the white man country and the white man is discriminating you, what can you say? But then, for our brothers who are born in the US, like Africans in the diaspora, for them they have a different situation. That's why they were born out. But each and every one of them who will concentrate on the African traditional spirituality will protect themselves, their family, and people that are dear to them. But then 90% of such of the black community in the diaspora are all Christians, and they believe strongly that they are Jews. Most of them did not even like their skin. They want to be Jews. They don't like being African. They like to be Jews. But then in Israel, you need a visa to go to Israel. So why do you think that those people are that's your home? If in your father's house, do you need visa?
Angie Fisher says, thank you, Papa.
Thank you, Angie. Thank you very much.
No longer have any questions on Facebook.
Papa, how many have you fed the birds? You should feed them. All the people who are out there should feed the birds.
Kofi?
Feed the birds. We need to pray to this because he kept telling me that we are using his shrine and we have not prayed to him. He kept telling me as though we should hold on. He kept worrying me. That we are at his shrine and we have not even prayed to him. Then we are working here, we did not pray to him. But I also told him that we have prayed to his master at the gate. So before entering, so he kept telling me. So before we will leave this session, we must go and pray at the Gamaliel shrine. This is the airport. This is what we call airport. When you send it within 15-20 minutes, it accomplishes its work already with good results. It's nothing, but it's something.
Camera cover that video.
Go and feed the birds here. They are part of the show. They have been here for almost 18 years. The birds. Somebody brought only 2 that I used for a ritual thing. And we didn't kill them. We left them to go. They went and came back after 4 days. And then that's it. And the person is very rich over there. Because it was just a simple ritual, but that's what they told us to do, and then the person went back to do their work. And then the more they are growing, the more the person is getting physically well.
Like what switch you do?
So please, if you have any questions to send us, please do send us. So we have another 5 minutes to answer your questions. And those of you who have sent us questions, thank you very much. I'm sorry that we have noises coming from the main street, because we are on the main road. This main road, that's where the shrine is located. The Tobe Gamaliel Shrine is where we are transmitting from for the first time. So we are very sorry that it was noisy. We thank you all for joining us, and we hope and pray that you prepare more questions, very relevant questions now, so that next week when we meet again, we will be able to answer your questions. Thank all of you. From here, we will go straight to the Tobe Gamaliel itself and then pray to him. The spirit is not anything, but it's something. It's a home of spirits, and very powerful spirit. When I say powerful, it brings life. Even people who are lost completely, human beings got missing, and this spirit will go and bring in. Children of 2 years old got missing in the market. For 3-4 days, parents were looking for that child, and when they came here and prayed to the spirit, one day a lady just carried the baby on the back and went straight to the house where they were looking for the child, and gave to the mother, "This is your child, take it." Before the woman was saying, the spirit just vanished, or the lady just vanished. So we are at a very powerful shrine. We are at a very powerful shrine. Even ourselves are afraid of it. That's why we close it in here. So that we are afraid of it. When I say we are afraid of it, because we don't know who may go against its rules and regulations. I have children in the house here, and they are children. They may not know everything. I have visitors who come. I have people who come and stay and go. They may not know all the rules and regulation of the house. And if we don't enclose it this way, the people could just walk in it. If anything goes wrong, it will be on my shoulders. And for that reason, we have created a zoo, so that it can all be on this way. We don't really come here very often. We don't walk in just anyhow, anytime. But today, we are all lucky. We are transmitting from here. I think the next time you will see us working here, next time you will see us here will be during the end of year ceremony, where we will be doing the rituals for each spirit in the African Magic Temple. Ladies and gentlemen, everybody who is watching us around the world, please, I thank you very much. But share this program that we are doing and about to finish. Share it to your friends on your platforms, so that other people can learn, and then they can also join in next time we are doing, so that they can ask questions. Because you never know what someone has within that is making them afraid to come back home to their ancestral roots. We have been indoctrinated, and a lot of things have been told us about ourselves. That's why, our kinky hair, that is so beautiful, we don't like it. We have to straighten it up before we think that we are beautiful. A lot of bad things have been said about our skin, so we need to bleach it and do all kinds of things to make it look more towards the white people, so that we can feel that we are human. And they have called us names and said so many things. And our big brother, Satan, in the black man, he grew home and got a big long tail. They say he is the evil person in heaven. And we have also accepted it. And the only good people in heaven are white people. And don't you see that it's you who they are saying you are Satan? Can't you see that you are the one they are drawing that you are Satan? That means you are not good. You are against God, who is white. You don't know. These things we are trying to demystify it, try to create awareness and make you to understand that you are as beautiful as God has created you. You are as good as anything else that God has created. Accept yourself and be yourself. Don't try to be a Jew, and don't try to be anything. Try to be a black person from Africa. Thank you.
Undo alavanyo docho glime. Undo alavanyo docho glime. Undo, sasa du kodo to glime. Undo, undo.
Camera.
All his drinks are finished. So this is the Tobe Damalie, the one that gives life to dead people, the one that takes people from prison, the one that takes. I cannot describe everything. It does a whole lot of things. People are at the point of death, and when you mention, send him to go and rescue them, even when they are in the hospital or anything, this spirit will go and rescue them, and they get life again for some time. At least most of the people will live up to another 2 to 3 years before passing on. Hey, bring another bottle too. Bring another bottle too. Some people came and made pledges here. Things happened for them and they came back to tell lie that that was not the pledge that they made. They killed them. Because if you did not accomplish your work, you don't have any pledge to come and redeem. But if it has worked for you, you must remember what pledge you made. Because we even know, we wrote it down or we record it down. But human beings as they are, when they are in trouble, their voice is different. The way they talk is different. But when they are in freedom, to the way they will talk is also different. And they tell lies. And Voudou, there is no like lies. If you cannot do it, you can just come and say, oh, Toby, I am sorry. You have worked for me, but I don't have the resources that I promised to give you. But then, whenever things are okay, I will do it. Then just take me like your child. That's a different thing. But then to come and tell like that, oh, I didn't say so. This is not church, oh. Because the Voudou knows what you said. And you yourself, within your inner heart of hearts, you know what you said. But you thought you are going to fool him. He'll kill you. That's why everybody has run to church. Because they know that Voudou, if you tell a lie, your lie is within your heart. Because God is within your heart and the Voudou knows what is in your heart. You know if you say that, I'll give one bottle. And then the day came and you said, oh, you didn't mention drink. You said you were going to bring water. Voudou is okay, bring the water. He will take it. But before you know, you yourself, you know what is pepper. So when we are dealing with Voudou, it's because our hearts are pure. We are not here to be hypocrites. We are not here to deceive or tell people anything. Yes, there is proof that you may come to me and I will do a work for you, and you may not see the results very immediately. That doesn't mean that I have deceived you. It is the Voudous that are working on your case, and they will fulfill your case at the right time. But you won't come to me and I will play games and take your money or take your things and eat, because I am killing myself. I want to live up to the age of that old man. You know where that petition is? Yeah. No, my mother-in-law was sick. She was seriously sick and at the point of death. She had leukemia. And they called me from far away that I should pray for her. I prayed for her. She lived again another 2 years. And she lived, and it got to a point she said that they say I should pray so that the spirit should leave her soul to go. And I said I can't do that, because if I prayed for life for you, if I come back to pray that you should die, that means next time I call upon the spirit, it will not listen to me, because I have given it a job and it has done it, and now I'm now trying to let it do a different job. It won't do. A lot of things. So this thing here, we talk about it because we know it. You know what happened? All the drinks, who drank it? We. He's telling me he had drinks, but once in a while we'll send children to come and take one drink from him and drink. It's we who drank it, not him. So we will send the, oh, okay, go to Tommy Damale and ask Tommy Damale to give us one bottle of drink. And now we drank all the drink and we are saying he doesn't have drink. And it's true. Is it not people are coming to take the drink? Pay! Oh, Tommy Damale, commando. Basta Bokor no Jimale no come go to le no. You are Bugake. You got Paul no say. You got Dobera. You are Kono. Me for Facebook. Kono da sese mo petele no kocho me. Ana. O commando. Basta Bokor no Jimale no come go to le no. Et puis voilà, Bruti, comment on a go back Badiolo? Et puis on a go back Badi, ça peut être télé. I had to pas venir, mais comment d'aller pour then I know you all know, but as I'm gonna, I may do one over Cafe. Do you owe me on a mono, Jejinamo? Go do. I'm a seven to give back Paul Babia at Bay. Well, I'm a sister, and go away a dog, baby, oh. Nah, never ever now. Let me out here, I pay with it. Let me cover video. I have to pass a year. I have to pay a year for you. Then I know you all know. And I don't edge dodgy. Or I'm a sister never. I made you pretty. If you call me, then you don't call you the Togo Open Call, or Togo Open Call you, the Voudou Call you, the Mauga Call you. I've been a judge now. Over more no book. Over more no book. Oba la mese mo no vu ame yo le video ma le vi po re no jivi ame yo su no ba divi le bo po vidi de o ma ga go trouble, because a lot of people also came to look for children. They want to have a child. This Voudou has given them babies. They never came back. They only tell you that I have a child. There's only one Nigerian woman who came back and gave us 80 cedis. Oh yes, she even had 2 children. She gave us 80 cedis. And we thank her. But a lot of them did not come back. But we are here. Ahanami kekekekese. Na boy me go piti for her. Give me this drink. Me bora fe me pete paint gbero. Me bo paint pregbe. Me a paint a fe me pete. Okay, I have to announce I think we are still on. Yes, ladies and gentlemen and people all around the world. The soap the Akai oil, the Akai soap, which is the aura enhancing soap, and fumigation is ready. And this week, Senna is going to announce to the everybody, to the world, the prices. They are very reasonable because we are going to use the proceeds from this sales of these spiritual items to help us to buy things for the end of year rituals. So by the end of this week, or by the middle of this week, it will be announced. And those of you who will be buying these items, you should understand that the proceeds are coming to help the shrine in one way or the other. So you are not just buying things that will help you, you are also helping the shrine to continue doing its work. Thank you very much. Okay, so we are done for today. Somebody brought a question.
Yes. Nana Kokoseki says, sorry he's late, he was feeding
Nana,
the children.
we are done. We are done for today, but you can go on to the you can go on and the recording, we are saving it, so you can go on and then see everything. Thank you for joining us. I mean, it's better late than never. Thank you very much. So the oils and everything will be out to this week. So those of you who are going to place order, please do quickly so that those of you who are outside, if the post office will agree on us posting the oil, and we should post it to you before Christmas so that you can enter it. Post it to you before Christmas so that you can enter into the new year with a new and I hope that definitely things will change, because I personally have tried it for the to release it to the world, and we know that anyone who will use it will get the same benefits. Thank you very much, and bye-bye to all of you for now. See you next Sunday.
Thank you.
All the people who are here. No, I thought Mama Kokoseki had a question.
No, that he came late. And that's all.
Right. Thank you for joining us. See you next week. Goodbye.
We are the Voncujovi brothers. We are half Japanese, half Ghanaian brothers, born into a family of traditional West African healers. Our father, Christopher Voncujovi, is an Ewe Voudou priest who runs his own shrine, African Magic Temple, in Accra, Ghana. My name is Senna Voncujovi, and I have been training to be a Voudou and Ifa priest for the past 8 years. In March 2016, my brother Pele and I, together with a few, were given a grant to explore the prevalence of West African religions in Cuba. Our main focus was Santeria, a syncretic religion between Roman Catholic Christianity and spirituality that developed in the Caribbean among West African descendants as a result of the transatlantic slave trade. During our short trip, we were eager to find out how West African spiritual traditions are practiced in contemporary Cuban society. Cuba is a small island in the Caribbean with just over 11 million people. The Cuban population is described as a multi-ethnic melting pot with European, African, Latin American, and even Asian influences. As a result, Cuba is home to various religions from Roman Catholicism to Congolese Palo Mayombe. 18th and 19th century Cuba thrived on coffee and sugar plantations that were cultivated by hundreds and thousands of oaks. By the peak of Cuba's slave-based economy, nearly a third of the island's population consisted of slaves. Only after nearly 400 years of backbreaking slave labor, in 1886, did the Royal Spanish Decree officially abolish slavery in Cuba. The majority of slaves in Cuba were forcibly brought from West Africa and stripped of all their possessions and dignity. However, not even the whips of their slave masters could destroy their ties to Africa. Their culture, food, music, dance, just identity journey with them. Yet, on the island, slave masters forbade them from practicing their indigenous religions, concerned it could lead to slave unity that could give rise to rebellion.
Cuando llegaron los negros africanos, llegaron aquí a Cuba, ellos tenían los secretos de muchas religiones, lo mismo el santo, lo mismo el palo. Dentro del palo solamente podían practicarlo nada más los negros, pero los blancos que dominaban a los negros no le dieron el permiso porque traían muchos secretos. Y con esos secretos podían eliminar muchas cosas, inclusive hasta la vida de una persona.
They were therefore forced to adopt Christianity by law. Despite all these obstacles, West African slaves were determined to preserve their African spiritual roots. True that in the face of a violent storm, only the most flexible trees would survive, whereas the ones that refused to bend would be ripped out of the ground and die. Thus, from as early as 1515, and without the knowledge of their slave masters, West African slaves started to syncretize their African deities with Roman Catholic saints to mask and preserve their religious practices. The slaves were secretly worshipping their African gods under the facade of praying to Catholic saints to avoid unwanted attention from slave masters. This is how Santeria, also known as La Regla Lukumi, was born. Every Yoruba deity, known as Orisha, was given a Catholic saint equivalent. Oshun, the sensual goddess of love and femininity, became Our Lady of Charity. Shango, the thunderous king of the heavens, became known as Saint Barbara. Ochosi, the skilled hunter and the Orisha of justice, was equated to Saint Norbert. Yamaya, the mother of all living things and the queen of the sea, became the Virgin of Regla. Orumila, the deity of wisdom and foresight, was now Saint Francisco. And Obatala, the father of all Orishas and the owner of everybody's head or consciousness, was tied to Jesus Christ, and so on. Each Orisha was given a distinct set of colors to represent it and be worn by its devotees in the form